Here are my 3 top secrets to be able to enjoy African food without putting on weight, without experiencing frustration, as it was the case so far with the other diets you try so far. Discover the 3 powerful and effective tips exclusively on Nutrition TV. Good morning, guys. I'm Josie-K, your tropical nutrition expert with 12 years of experiences. I am glad to be here today to be able to help you being able to find the right balance between enjoyment and the right weight and the right health. So please subscribe if you're new on the channel in order for you to not to miss the other wonderful content we are looking forward to propose to you. And do not forget to get our collection of books in order for you to go deeper on the 5 main thematic we are going through as far as libido, flat belly, weight loss, menopause, and diabetes. You will find them all on Amazon and through our representative. So today, I want to come back to a main challenge that the majority of people of our community are passing through. It has to do with being able to eat watafufu and eho, to eat egusi soup, pounded yam, ateke, to eat fried plantain and so on without adding on a point. And I believe it's quite difficult for a lot of people, especially the one living in the city with less effort to do on a daily basis. And before we move forward, I want to make you understand why it is so challenging to be able to enjoy African food on the daily basis and not being able to put on weight. If you go deeper, the majority of our typical and beloved African food are whether full of a lot of fats, just like the acho soup, just like the ero, just like the fried plantain, just like the egusi soup. And on the other side, you have also certain meals which are full of carbohydrate, just like the ateke, just like the pounded yam, just like the ekwang, just like the fufu corn or the cassava corn. And if you remember, you know that those are the 2 categories of food which has a high level of energy. And if you're sitting the whole day, if you're finding yourself being not as active as our parents and grandparents, which were able to enjoy those meals without having health problems, you have to understand that by eating them every day, you're just storing in your body, you're just adding in your body additional sources of energy which are visible on you with a big belly or just overweightness. And we want today to show you the wonderful tips which are going to create an imbalance for you to be able to enjoy them without adding out a pound. Number 1 tip we were able to experience and we were able to propose to our VIP patients is that they are not eating the African food every day. They are not eating the egusi soup from Monday till Sunday. They are not eating the ekwang from Monday to Sunday. You know, they are not finding themselves repeating the heavy foods every day when they are not active on the other side. So as I just said previously, you have to understand that those foods or certain African meals are very heavy, and if you are working in an office, sitting 6-8 hours per day and not going to sport and using a car or using a taxi for your movement, you have to understand that basically you have very low calorie intake on a daily basis. And because they are low, certain African food just in one plate are enough to cover your whole day energy needs. Do you understand, my dear? So you have to understand that sometimes the plate of fufu and ero you are eating were already enough to bring to your body the energy you need for the whole day. But aside of the arrow, you were able to take a heavy breakfast, the bread, the eggs, and maybe in the evening you found yourself eating something. So all those 2 meals additional were just additional energy which is stored in your body. So if you want to enjoy the African food and that you are sedentary and that you are not moving, please find a way to not to eat them every day. Find a way to eat them 2 or maximum 3 times per week, because they have so much calorie inside. And if you are able to eat African food on Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday, or only during the weekends, and that the other days you are eating very light and in a very balanced way, you will find yourself being able to enjoy the African food every 2 or every 3 days without having frustration, but also without putting on weight or destroying completely your health. Because you know that by overweightness, you can go through diabetes, you can go through hypertension, and many other cardiovascular diseases. And this, we don't want this for you. So this was the number 1 tip we would like you to implement in your eating habits. The second tip has to do with finding a way to revisit the recipe, to find a way to cook them in a lighter way. I understand that one of the reasons why our typical African food are tasty is because of the way they were cooked. But if you are looking forward to eat them more often and that you are not spending so much energy, you have to find a way to cook them with less oil. You have to find a way to cook them or to eat them with less carbohydrates. So I just want you to tell me in the comment, what is this African meal which is extremely challenging for you when it comes to cook them in a lighter way? I will be happy to make you a video where I show you clearly how to go through this challenge. So you have to find a way to cook the arrow with less oil. So if your traditional way of cooking the arrow, you need, for example, 1 liter of oil, you have to revisit them by cooking only with the 2 milliliters or 1 milliliters of oil. And you will see that from this difference, you will save a lot of calorie, which is going to benefit to your health. And for those telling me that the arrow is not going to be tasty with less oil, I just want you to try this special way I developed with the time, is that I put more spinach inside. I put more spinach inside, less oil, and at the end, my arrow is still juicy and completely tasty. So please try and let us know if necessary. So if we take, for example, the achu soup, of course, the achu soup cannot change because we need oil inside, basically, for his taste. So you can still keep the same recipe of the achu soup, but aside, at the moment that you are going to serve yourself the achu, please find a way to limit yourself, to limit your achu quantity at the level of your handful, or just in a lower quantity than the one you serve yourself. And in order for you to feel full, you will just manage to have aside a lot of njakatu, a lot of eggplant, or a lot of fried vegetables, and they are going to help you to feel completely full without storing so much calorie as before. So this is exactly what we mean by encouraging you to remove or to bring down the quantity of the problematic ingredient on your typical African meals. And believe me, if you're able to do this, you will find yourself being able to eat the egusi soup or every 2-3 days without having any problem on your weight. So please share this video to all your friends and mates who love so much eating African meals but who are really facing the difficulty of keeping stable their weight. And I believe they will be glad to hear this content. And the third tip, which is also effective, this concerns particularly those who cannot stand not eating African meals every day. So if you are one of those people who need every day some typical African meals, this particular tip is for you. So in this particular case, we are just going to encourage you to have the African meal on only 1 meal of the day. So let's say, for example, you are eating 3 times per day or you are eating 2 times per day. please find a way to hold yourself eating only 1 time per day African meal, so that you will be able to eat lighter on the breakfast or the evening meal, or you will be able to eat lighter on the breakfast or on the lunch meal. And by having 2 light meals on a day and just 1 heavy one, this is going to be a very good way for you to maintain or to respect your daily calorie intake and to be able to enjoy African food without wasting completely your health or without adding on a pound. And I believe that if you are able to implement those 3 tips, you will no longer go through frustration of certain diets, you will no longer crave so much about your preferred food, and you will be able to enjoy them without facing the difficulty of finding yourself fat or overweight. And this is the biggest wish Nutrition TV has for you through this content. But before being able to implement this, if actually you are overweight or you're struggling with too much kilogram you have to remove, I would like to encourage you to contact us through this telephone number in order to get the private coaching. Or you can join us in the group where we are having a weekly question and answer session by getting this your book, where you will find incredible weight loss recipes with African food in order for you to cut down minimum 5 kilograms or until 10 kilograms if you are very disciplined. So please get this book, and get also this book which is going to help you to eat more balanced, so that after the weight loss you are able to maintain stable your weight and still being able to enjoy your preferred food without frustration. And if your budget is allowing you, do not forget to add to this incredible wonderful kit detox bio by Josie-K, because it's gonna enhance your metabolism, it's gonna help you to detoxify, to look younger, and to cut down very quickly without being laxative. And as a proof of it, pregnant women, breastfeeding women, people with diabetes, people with hypertension are able to take our product without any side effect. So please make your own experience and order your own now through our representative to experience the difference. So thank you again for your attention. Share the video around you. Do not forget to subscribe, and do not also forget to get your whole collection of books in order for you to have a better eating habits for you, your family, and your mates.